Now, building on the feedback of today, we have heads of various industry associations who are participating in the various roundtables across the course of the day. But we've also invited many of those people to stand up during this morning's session before they break away to the roundtables to share their views on what good really looks like. These are some of the issues they'll be raising when they break with some of you in those roundtable scenarios. But here's the twist. They only have 90 seconds to make their case. As soon as I call the speaker's name and say off you go, they've got 90 seconds until the mic and lights are off. You'll see the time they've got remaining projected on the big screens around the rooms. And as impressive as my talents are, I am powerless to slow time itself, notwithstanding Einstein's special theory of relativity, of course, but we don't really have time to go to that. Speakers, think of this as construction industry version of speed dating. We want the audience involved too. If you're represented by one of these associations, maybe snap a photo, share it on social media, hashtag FF24, and make some noise when you see your sector of the industry represented today. First person to give us 90 seconds of passion and power as to what good really looks like is the CEO of Consult Australia. Where's Jonathan Cartledge? Jonathan, be upstanding. Give Jonathan a big round of applause. He's the first one to take on the 90-second challenge. Jonathan, your 90 seconds starts now.
Thank you, Adam. There are real businesses that sit behind the conversation we had this morning. Consult Australia represents an industry comprising 60,000 businesses across Australia, employing some 200,000 people. So when we come together, and it's a privilege to come together in this room today, we're here to collaborate. We want to look forward, but we also want to learn from the past. We want to forget but not repeat the cycles that have come to lead to the financial sustainability or unsustainability of some of our businesses. Let's not repeat or continue the design, construct and litigate cycle that so many of us navigate. On the other side of what the Minister outlined, which is generational investment in infrastructure, as an industry, we're looking to manifest a legacy not just of great built assets that connect and service our economy and communities, but also with a world-class industry, a showcase for innovation and collaboration in Australia, an industry where our leaders are sought after to show how culture change can happen, where our businesses thrive, and more importantly, where we attract and retain our best people in careers that deliver for them and for the economy. We all in this room, we know how to do this and we know how to do it better. We do it better now. Our model... Give
him a round of applause. There you go. Great effort. A little bit like the Olympics, wasn't it? Just missed his time. He'll go through to the repechage. Don't worry about that. Patrick Hastings is the CEO of the Infrastructure Sustainability Council. Where is Patrick? Be upstanding.
Oh, the pressure.
Give Patrick a big round of applause, mate. Your 90 seconds starts now.
I guess from a sector, we're really looking to ensure that as a sector we are enabling and planning for a society that is powered by infrastructure, that is enabling people to thrive on a healthy planet. That sounds extraordinarily ethereal, but when we actually think about the challenges and what we're trying to achieve as a sector, we need to be thinking with the beneficiaries in mind. We need to start shifting our views, not just from the contract, but rather what we're trying to achieve, creating a shared purpose and vision for the sector in terms of what we're driving towards, allowing us a fair and reasonable conversation around mutual benefits. So when we start to think about what infrastructure needs to do and what it needs to be, we need to be shifting our thinking back in the value chain. We need to start at planning, considering exactly what it is we're trying to achieve and what the solution is, and allowing us to have a fair and reasonable conversation around the broader benefits that infrastructure can deliver, but also in delivering the asset itself. When we start to think about the way in which we need to act and the way in which we need to start moving forward, it needs to be in a more collaborative environment. It needs to be more considered in terms of the outcomes we're driving towards, and collectively we need to be upskilling in a much broader range of areas to drive a more diverse and a more competent sector moving forward.
Oh, there you go. Woo! landed it with 1 second on the clock without using any notes, no safety. Man, great stuff. Thank you very much, Patrick. I think we all know Romilly Madu. She's the CEO of Engineers Australia. Where are you, Romilly? Your 90 seconds begins now. Take it away, Romilly.
Adam, bear with me. I've just landed from overseas, so I've got a cold. It's my great pleasure to be here today with you to address the critical issues facing the Australian construction industry, such as stagnant productivity, poor mental health, lack of diversity and financial sustainability. It's imperative to recognise that these issues are deeply interrelated and must be tackled with a holistic approach. Fragmented approaches have led us to short-term solutions rather than sustainable progress. Engineers Australia fully supports the establishment of the Foundations and Frontiers as a unified open forum to holistically tackle the issues facing construction industry and move this industry forward. Our vision for the future construction industry is one which is safe, sustainable, diverse and inclusive, productive and digital by default. Constructors must create strong and positive workplace cultures whilst ensuring the uncompromising standards of safety and quality. We must listen to diverse opinions and be open to new ways of working. Homogeneity in teams, particularly in decision-making roles, not only demonstrates a lack of inclusivity, but also limits innovation and leaves blind spots in planning and risk management practices. We must embrace technological advances in planning, design, project management to reach new heights of innovation. And I'll win. I've got 10 seconds left. Thanks, Adam.
Hey, there we go. All the way from another time zone. Fantastic stuff, Romilly. These are some of the issues these people are going to put on the round tables when we break at the end of this session for our round tables on the topic of what does good look like. To wrap it up, the Managing Director of the Housing Industry Association, Jocelyn Martin, your 90 seconds starts now.
The residential sector employs over 1 million people and contributes almost 7% to GDP. And the federal government have set a target to build 1.2 million homes over the next 5 years. And despite this, it's my observation that this current federal government do everything in their power to ensure it remains difficult to build. All parties tinker around the edges, bickering over political issues. But at the end of the day, what is lacking is true leadership. We need all layers and all sides of government to take home building seriously. So good, from our perspective, is political leadership which has the courage to span federal, state and opposition divide. We need a whole-of-government roadmap to focus on the delivery of homes across the complete housing continuum. Good includes the acknowledgement that financiers and insurers have a role to play. We have to come together in a constructive way to balance the risks so our home builders and homeowners can thrive. Good is ditching the 4-year apprenticeship in favour of shorter qualification and more micro-credentials and a better and safer workplace. It's the efficient and well-planned delivery of land, reducing the wait for infrastructure services and planning approvals so we can deliver more lots quickly. It's when the government of the day are not financial beneficiaries of inflated house prices through the increase of stamp duty and taxes. I dream of a time when we are prouder of our home builders and young people are excited about the career choices to enjoy them in their sector and the current businesses can thrive.
There you go. Jocelyn Martin, thank you very much. An ambitious agenda indeed from the Housing Industry Association. That's great. That's the sort of talk we want to hear today at FF24. Be brave, have an agenda, have a plan, throw down some policies and some ideas. Thank you so much, Jocelyn, and all of our speakers there taking on the 90-second challenge. They'll be involved in some of the roundtables that will break forth throughout the course of the day.